do you keep your team's morale up when your own morale is kind of in the shitter? Let's talk about it. This question comes up more often than you'd think, but I work with a lot of leaders in the technology field, and leaders are people too. So the things that upset individual contributors oftentimes upset leaders even more because they have their own concerns and the people that work for them. If you find yourself in this situation, here's what I recommend you do. Number one, remember that part of your job as a leader is to toe the company line, at least a little bit. You kind of sign up for that whenever you become a people manager. That doesn't mean that behind the scenes you're not trying to convince people in leadership to do things a little bit differently to make things easier. But when you're dealing with your own team, your job is to support the company's goals and the company's business strategy. Once you get that straight for yourself, then I want you to pick one thing kind of as a self-care boundary that you're just not going to cross during the middle of what is a crazy time. I've had to do this multiple times. The very first time I remember it, I actually was an individual contributor. I was new at a company. We were doing a huge CRM implementation, and I was a software developer. And during this period where we knew we were going to spend a few months working a lot of overtime, a guy I went to college with actually got cast on The Bachelor, and the show was airing. I ended up telling my boss that I would be willing to put in extra time for as long as it took to hit our goals with the implementation, but I just wanted to make sure I got to go home on Tuesday night or whatever night it was by 5:30 so I could just watch the show and have one night to relax. My boss was completely supportive of it. I actually worked better, and it's 20 plus years later and I'm still talking about it. Once you set that for yourself, I then encourage you to meet with your team members, ideally one-on-one, reiterate that the goal is important and why it's important, and then ask them what's their one thing that you could help support for them so that this busy period or whatever it is could be better for them. If you're able to do that and you do your best to help honor the requests that the team members made, I guarantee that they're going to be more productive and appreciate you for it as a leader. And if you're interested in hearing more thoughts about managing messy situations like this, hit follow. I'd love to talk more about it with you.